Hi, welcome back, fam. Welcome back to our week 7 of our return. Have you ever wake up and roll to the side and bam, your shoulder aches, your shoulder blade pinch and makes you question every pillow you own. I woke up this morning with that ache on my shoulder and the pinch on the blade. I rub it and then I blame the pillow. Then I realized that I have been sleeping wrong again. Have you and if any one of you know felt that way or waken up and felt that way, let me know in the chat and give me a hand, raise your hand or something like that. Like when you wake up and you feel like something replace your shoulder with a or something or someone replace your shoulder with a brakes on it. That's that's pain. Excuse me. That's pain. It's not random. It's your body's way of saying or whispering, saying, "Hey, something is off." Well, in today's life, I will show you how to melt away the shoulder and use the shoulder blade tension with my press and move technique. But before I go there, let me introduce myself for those who are new here. Well, welcome to Stress Out Stress Free. My name is Vincent Woon, where I help people like you stay stress free by changing one habit at a time. I'm also the author of the number one bestseller in Amazon, Your Stress Stops Here. In this book, I talk about 10 strategies to change your habits in 59 seconds or less. And you can get a copy of free chapters by going here to download it. And if you want, you can also scan the QR code right here, right here, and then scan the QR code right here, and you download the free chapter of the book. Right, today's oh, before we go to today's title, we will just talk about something new I learned this week. This week I learned about how to adjust your posture, and I name it the posture for wall stretch. So what you do is look for a wall, right? You want to turn sideways, lean on the wall. For instance, let's say you start with your left hand. With your left hand out on the wall, and then you one step forward on your left leg, right side. So you want hand on the wall, straight out. Put your hand straight out on the wall. Can you see me? No. Put your hand straight out on the wall. I show you in a little bit. Just explain to you first. First, you put your hand straight out on the wall. One step forward on your left leg, left hand out on stretch. Ooh, let's do it again. With your left hand out on the wall, and then you put it one step forward, left leg forward. Make sure you get your stance proper, right? Proper stand, and you lean your left leg or left hip onto the wall. Then as you turn, you want to put your opposite hand, which is your right hand, behind your head. As you turn, you want to make like a half circle on the wall itself. Then as you turn, you want to face the wall. So that's for the left leg. And then for left leg on the left side. Then for the right side, you do the same thing. Go lean next to the wall, right? With your right side on the wall. Right hand up, left hand put behind your head, and then you want to lean on the wall, or your hip on the wall, and then you put your hand on the wall and make a half circle. And as you turn the half circle, turn over the other side, you turn your face towards the wall. So that will help open up your pecs and open up your shoulder blade too. And When you turn that, you loosen up the tension on your neck, and that helps your posture. Okay, let's go to what I'm talking about here. This is how you do it. First, you find a wall, left leg first. Okay, left leg, left hand, right hand on the behind your head. In on the back, see, turn to the left. On the wall, come back, turn to the left, and then your other hand, push your face towards the wall so you get a stretch there. Right? Same thing on the other side. Find your bed, make sure your position is right, and make sure you have enough space. I don't think I have enough space. I was just adjust it again. Make sure right leg is close to the wall, hip to the wall, and then your hand on the wall. Half circle, and then as you turn, your left head. Your hand on the left hand, your hand on the head, turn facing the wall, and this is how you do the posture wall stretch. Okay, that's something we learn this week. I learned this week. So, all right. As I mentioned earlier, today's title is Ending Shoulder Stress. From my book, Your Stretch Stops Here. All right. How many of you ever woke up with the stiff shoulder and with sharp pain on your shoulder blade? Or how many of you can relate to that? Let me know in the chat or raise your hand. Put number 1 or I. Well, I woke up this morning and felt pain in the shoulder and the joint and by the joint and the joint and to the shoulder blade. So I rub it a little bit, blame the pillow. Then I realized that I've been sleeping on the wrong side again, sleeping wrong again. So now, do you sleep on your side? Do you know that when you sleep on one side, most of the weight is on or is shifted to the one side you are sleeping on? For example, you sleep on your left side, you stay on the left side. Most of your body weight, in fact, all your body weight is on your left side. Do you know that if it could cause pain if you do not sleep properly? You need to prop your pillows too, so that you will not put your weight on your onto your or not only weight onto your only on your shoulder. So you want to prop it around the neck area before the shoulder by the shoulder, so that you do not pressure not have pressure on the shoulder and also on the neck. So while sleeping is not the only daily habits that overload our shoulder. Excuse me. Well, sleeping is not the only daily habit that's overload our shoulder. Other activities like hunching while we are typing, carrying heavy bag on one shoulder, or unresolved emotional stress showed and comes on the shoulder, creeping up. Like sometimes when you carry a heavy bag on one side, you will probably have pain in the deltoid area, which is right off the shoulder. And if you hunching and typing, you You put a weight on your neck and your shoulder, back of your shoulder, and the trapezius area, which is your the right here on the traps area, right? And also when you bend forward, you stretching out your scapular area, which is the shoulder blade area. So it tightens up. Comment tight if you feel your shoulder feels heavy right now. Put in a comment and say tight, or yes, I have tight shoulder. Let me share with you a few story. Okay. Just push myself up a little. Why am I so low? Ben is in the process of rebuilding his house. He tore down the interior of the house because it was old and weirdly built. The space wasn't properly utilized and everything felt so close and tight. So he decided to save money by doing most of the work himself. During this time, he had to put up with his relative and ended up sleeping on a couch. The couch is not an ideal place to sleep because it brings eggs and it brings eggs and more. It brings eggs and more egg. The couch is not an ideal place to sleep because it brings more aches and pains than a good night rest. The smell of dust, late nights, and also the couch he slept on while tearing down the wall. He thought he was rebuilding his own house when he didn't realize but what he didn't realize was his body was collapsing one shoulder at a time. When he came to me, he told me and explained that his left side, he sleeps on the left side and with the full weight pressing on one shoulder night after night. And although he says that it's just a little bit sore, but soon the little bit sore becomes or turn into sharp pain. How many of us can say it's just a little sore until it becomes something bigger, right? Anyone have felt that before? Let me know in the chat. Another story is about my family friend Yuki, who owns a construction company in Japan. While we were enjoying the 1 second here. While we were enjoying the ocean breeze in Hawaii one Christmas, her smile masking pain. She revealed to me that how once she carried 50 pound cement, not a 50 pound cement bag when a worker didn't show up for work. 2 years later, she's still carrying that injury and adding to that with the grief over the loss of her sister at the same time. Sometimes the heaviest thing we carry isn't just a bag of cement. Let me explain scar tissue. When a tissue, right, muscle, tendon, fascia is injured, the body repairs them by laying down collagen fibers. That's scar tissue or a fibrous patch meant to close the damage quickly. Scar tissue is structurally different from a healthy tissue. It's less organized. The collagen lines randomly, less elastic, and can stick to the neighboring layer, like a muscle to a fascia to a skin. Over time, repeat micro injuries like poor posture, repetitive movement, or ongoing overloads causes micro scar, and that stiffen the area. Without movement or proper rehab, these adhesions consolidate and reduce the mobility, causing chronic pain and alter movement patterns. Then when I showed her the press and move strategy, it is gentle, simple, and it teaches your shoulder how to thrust again. Before we begin, let's make sure that you are sitting or standing up. Make sure you are standing comfortably or sitting comfortably. All right. Before we start, just do a quick breathing reset. I want you to inhale for 4 seconds, lift your shoulder. Inhale 4 seconds, lift your shoulder, and then exhale 6 seconds, and then drop them. Okay. And on the scale of 1 to 10, how tight do you feel your shoulder is? Okay. Let's do it. Take a deep breath. Lift your shoulder up. Hold for 4 seconds, and then exhale 6 seconds. Drop your shoulder down. Okay, from a scale of 1 to 10, let me know in the chat how tight do you feel or how tight is your shoulder. Put in the chat, let me know. Don't be shy. Put in the chat, let me know. Can be range from 1 to 10. If you're watching after the fact, you can also put it in there so we can. I will respond to you. All right. First technique is loosen up the hinge. Imagine your shoulder joint is like a rusty hinge. Just needs a little bit oil, right? So let me just run through how you do it, and then I show you how to do it. But lift your arms, right arm and around. Let's say lift your left arm, bend the elbow with your right hand, press it gently down, gently press down the elbow. So right arm with the left hand, press down the elbow. In left arm, right hand, press down the elbow. Feel the stretch and breathe through it and release. You need to repeat it 3 times. Okay, let's do it now. Put your hands up. Lift your arm, your left hand or right hand, but it doesn't matter whichever is doing. You feel uncomfortable. First of all, have tightness. Lift it, elbow up, right? And then you want to put your hand, elbow bend to the back, and then you want to, with your right arm, gently press it down and feel the stretch. And feel the stretch on the shoulder and also the shoulder blade. All right? And when you do feel the stretch, breathe into it. Breathe in slowly. Right? Let's do the other side. Elbows up. Bend it all the way to the back, and then your left hand, press it down gently. Press it down, feel the stretch, and then breathe into it. Feel the tightness and the tension going away. As you breathe out the tightness and the tension away. Right, I get some release on the back. Let me do the opposite hand again. Elbow up, all the way behind your head, and then you want to use your opposite hand, push your elbow down, and breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe into the tightness, and then breathe out the tightness. Push down a little bit more to get the stretch. Push into the tightness. And breathe out. That's the stress. That's to that's to unhinge your shoulder. Basically, all it needs is just a little oil in it. When I talk about oil, that means it's bringing circulation and bringing blood to flow on it and kind of lubricate the area. Now, do you notice when you do it, the worm is spreading, right? This is the way your body is saying thank you. All right. Next, I call this a wing of freedom. I don't know if you this is this wing of freedom is to release your shoulder blade. Sometimes you feel like your shoulder blade are glued to your back, like uh right to your back. Let me show you if you can show the back. Like to the back, it's glued to the back. You feel like your shoulder is glued to the back. So with this technique, I call it the unstuck them by doing the airplane arms. Okay. I don't know when you were little, you guys ever play like airplanes? You put your hand out and then you go like, put your hand out and then you go play airplane, right? So this is how you do it. First, you start with a small circle. Inhale, open your hand up, inhale, and then when you do a small circle, exhale. And then inhale and then exhale. Small circle. You can do forward or doing backwards. Okay. And then next thing you do is start with a medium sized circle. Same thing forward and then 3 times backward, 3 times forward. And then you do a larger circle, forward and then backwards 3 times. And then you do an even larger one, do a larger one, a bigger one, and then you do 3 times forward and 3 times backwards. All right. And how do you know when you are doing it right? How do you know when you're doing it right? Is when your cat is giving you a weird look right now, or giving you a weird look. All right. Let's do it. Let me see if I can show it to you. Let me see. Should I put on my mic? Yes. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, good. Let me put on my mic, go away a little bit. Let me see. All right, step back. Let me know if you cannot hear me in the chat, okay? If you can hear me, just put a good and number 1. Or a thumbs up. Anyways, so this is how you do it. You open up your hands, right? Take a deep breath and then you go forward, small circle. First start with small circle, 1, 2, 3. And then you go backwards, 1, 2, 3. Small circle. You want to do the set of 3 times. So basically you're doing 9 times forward and 9 times backwards, 3 times. Let me just put this down a little bit so you can see me. Okay. And then that's the small circle, and then you want to do a medium circle, like slightly bigger, not too big, not too small, in the medium. Backwards, 1, 2, 3, and then forward, 1, 2, 3. You want to do the set of 3 forwards and 3 backwards, 3 times. All right, then you do a larger circle. Backwards first, 1, 2, 3. Forward, 1, 2, 3. Same thing. 3 times forward, 3 times backward, 3 times forward, 3 times backward. 3 sets. And then you do a larger one. Why do we do a larger one? I'll explain to you later. So you go up, down, just big circle. Back, forward, back, forward, forward, forward. So basically your hand is going forward, 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 and then you go back, back, back. Okay? That's the airplane stretch. All right. Just turn back to the other mic. Okay, can you hear me? Good. All right, what happened is this help improve the alignment and restore your normal joint mechanics. For the shoulders, that means the scapula, your shoulder blade, the back, the shoulder blade, right, can glide properly on the rib cage. Creates less pinching, fewer adhesion. It also helps with the lymphatic system, remove all the metabolic waste, excess fluid, or immune cells from tissues. It's critical for clearing out inflammation after some small injuries and for maintaining a healthy tissue environment. It's unlike blood, lymph flows depend largely on movement. If you don't move, the lymph doesn't flow. And gentle compression like muscle pumping, deep breathing, rather than a central pump like the heart. When you sit still or hold tension, the lymph stagnates and inflamed and lingers around, and it becomes condition that favors stiffening of the muscle and also poor repairs. All right, next one is what I call the finding the knots. This one makes you feel like detective work. You are searching for a tiny knot that's been stealing your focus all week. First, you want to find the tiny knots with your opposite hand. You're going to put in the back of your shoulder to look for your tiny knots, right? Let me see if you can see a better picture back there. You see it? See my hand? Yeah. Look for the tiny knots. Okay? Once you find the tiny knots, use your finger pad, not your fingernails, your finger pad. Press into it. And when you press into it, it's getting dry now. It's getting cold outside. It's dry inside. Anyways, when you press into it, I want you to lift your hand back, forward and backwards, like rolling a small boat. Forward and backwards, okay? And then at the same time, you want to breathe in, put some pressure onto the tightness, and then breathe into it. Put pressure when you move. When you move, you put pressure. Then you exhale. You go down. You move up. You move up or forward or backwards. You go down, or you just breathe out, and then until it's softened. Okay. Then move to the next part. All right. Let's try it. First of all, check to see which part of your neck is. Let's find where your tight spot is. Are you ready? Okay. Let's find where the tight spot is. How many of you have tight shoulder, or you usually have tension? Usually, I find that people have tension around this area here, right down here right on the traps area, right here. Actually, you can see right here, the traps area. It's tight there. You normally it's the area when your neck muscle, your the strap muscle up all the way down the shoulder, like maybe 2 fingers towards the plate. You press it, it's always tight. So this is how you do it. Put the pressure on it, right? Then you're going to breathe in, lift your elbow up or lift your hand up, go backwards first. As you go backwards, make sure you press on the tightness there, on the knot there, right? Then you go forward, backwards, forward, and you can feel it. You can feel the the knot softening. It becomes softer and softer. Okay, so you keep on doing that for until maybe 3 times in the forward, your elbow going, your hand moving forward, and then 3 times moving your hand backwards. And then when you're done with that, you can go look for another spot. I know there's one more up here. Oh, yep, I have one that tightness up here. I put pressure in it. Put pressure. Remember, fingertip. Put pressure in it, and then I lift my elbow up, and then the higher you go up, the deeper you go into the muscle. So you just put pressure on it, and then up, down, up, down. As you put pressure, then breathe. When you put your hand down, you just breathe out. When you breathe out, you can feel the pressure going into the tightness, and then when your hand is down, you can feel the tightness or the knot is loosened up. Okay, and the next thing you do is move to the other side. Move to the other side. I think I have only 2 spots on the left side. You move on the right side. Okay, here I feel that I have a bigger range here. So instead of using one fingertip, I'm going to use 3 or 4 fingertips to cover heavy, larger area. Okay. So let me just push pressure down and then lift my elbow up. Go backward first. If you try moving up higher, and then you can feel that the you will go higher, you can feel that the pressure is going a little deeper, and when you come down, you feel that the release is more. So do a couple of times forward, 1, 2, 3, and you even feel the muscle moving, and you can feel the tightness is slowly softening, right? Right. Okay. Then move to the next one. If you cannot reach it, push your hand up with your push your elbow up with the other hand, and get to the further back here, down. Same thing. This one I'm going to push backwards and forward, and you get better pressure on the knot. Backward, forward, up, down, backward, forward, or round and round too. You can do that. So as you do that, you're putting pressure on the tightness, and it helps break it down. You can do the same thing on scar tissue too. Scar tissue, for instance, if you feel like the tightness is this way, right? If the tightness is straight down, you go across. Just rub across. Or you put pressure on it and then move the muscle up and down, sideways to break the tightness. Okay? So you want to stay under, under under 5 or maybe 6 or 7 out of 10 in the pain structure. We are not fighting it, but we are just releasing it. So what does this gentle press or this press does to the nerve system? It's safe to let go. The lesson behind this pain is beneath the pain is we learn from Ben while rebuilding, right? Is release his tension on the neck and shoulder. And then with Yuki, we found that I found that past injury needs to be, any incident or any injuries need to be taken care right away. Because if you keep on prolonging it, it will come back and haunt you later. And tonight you learned that every ache is an invitation for you to listen. Pain in your body is a way of saying, slow down, breathe, and press where it hurts, but move with love. right? Press and move where it hurts, but move with love. Well, if you find this, if you find value in this, hit the like button and subscribe. Share this with a friend or co-worker who's buried themselves in this work because of and cause the stress of the shoulder. On next week's live, we are going to cover the Run for Your Life stress strategy for stress relief. So make sure you are tuning in. You can get the free chapter of my book by going to where do you get it from? Scanning this QR code here, or you can go download it by going to stressfree.system systeme.io/free chapters. And thank you for being here. I can go ahead and download that. Remember, working hard doesn't have to mean burnout. It's insert the micro movement. All right. Okay, you can also support us by going to right here, buymeacoffee.com/Vincent Moon. All right. That's how you can help support us. And let me just put the chapter book down too. Oh, this one, yeah, this is where you got it. Or you can go ahead and click on the chat, and then, or you can get the link on the description below too. Okay. Well, till then, take care. Till then, take care of yourself. Notice the stress signals. Don't forget to press and move with love. I see you next week. Until then. Facebook at Stress Out Stress Free, and also in Instagram Stress Out Stress Free, and on X at Vincent Moon, and in TikTok is Vincent Moon at Vincent Moon NYC. Next time, stay stress-free and be well. And thank you for